But renovated in 2002, there's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd rounded up to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. Here's Chiefs and Sanders now to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. Jakeem Grant now to return. These guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. First down, Fields. Huge yardage on this one, back to the 13. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up nor practiced it, because on first down, you're trying to get some yards.
I do that shit again.
Third down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped it behind the line of scrimmage.
Take over at the 25-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Packers best builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this was going to be a big day, and it very well could be, but early in this one, advantage defense.
Defense feeling the encouragement that's now with the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now again, right side. Hayward. They take him down at the 26. There goes a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's a whole package, and that package is wrapped up in runner ball loss.
Floyd is playing right on 3rd down here. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And now numbers realize that you get the fighter tight end in that situation.
Losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Now this time, too, is going to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to keep himself
Big play that time on the catch and run. Well,
can run after the catch like that. Those are the expressions back in the days, and these Caribbean backs, when they come to football, someone puts down the bang out of two and walk away as well. But nowadays, these guys are essential built-up wide receivers, and they're an important part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just got there.
Bring this inside the 35. Giving 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The last run got 9, and that leaves them with 2nd and a yard. And this time that point to the 30 will be down at the 31-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Even the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
First down, here's the Montgomery. And finally taken down at the 15. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounce it out to the outside and make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those 5 receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before it gets there.
From the red zone now, look to throw. Sliding at him.
Throw the ball!
The defense
What the fuck is that?
just setting him back on the sack.
Oops, wrong button. What the fuck? That was ignorant.
Throwing in the 2nd and 1. Fields. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here too, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything's happening for him. He's not taking any pace that he can sustain.
To the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
But he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Listen, that's a play-by-play guy. Now the Bears are looking to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2nd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to walk the line deep left side here. Complete.
Man, come on, bro.
Way down in the Chicago territory. It's a big play there for Miami.
That's cool.
Real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Going to the air. Brought back to the 22. Now the first quarter, the Eagles hoping for 2-6
interceptions thrown. The good news, they find a way to combine that. It's right that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they don't jump in past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game. The Bills offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that? I think they did, because the crowd are backed up in their own territory. Why would you change anything? They're going to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so, because the secondary didn't really look close. And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense knocked the ball away. 2nd and 5. Now Fields. That's complete to his feet. Just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. I see an extra defensive back on the field. A little surprise here on 3rd and 1. There's a carry for Trey Cole. He'll be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
How stupid.
Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is set away. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it. Can't wait to see where his confidence is. Because picking up 4 or 5 picks and want to hurt their team and want to hurt their confidence. They'll think something which is wrong with the ball or the wind or something is funny. It's never about that. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Should be backed up to the 25. They'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay. And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get turned over in a game, you have a really good performance. So it's that a huge one. They get the football 4 times in the middle. Looking to pass. He's got football down here with running back. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. And no doubt in my mind, they'll be a big part of the game right here as well. Off the play action, Tyler Long. Deep here for he's got a man.
Bro.
And he goes down, and then before getting his inside the 25. A big play there for the Dolphins. I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they put field position there? It's a taking play that puts up a heck of a chunk of yardage. On 1st down. This one's ready for about 4. 2nd and 6. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. Six yards left on 2nd down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off. Because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Then to it.
Come on, man.
Good coverage there. Puts the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And that's incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man running coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have a look at it. 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
That'll bring up 4th. The kick by Sanders is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Second down and 3. A give. This is Montgomery. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat, in every meeting with reporters. This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
Now a first down throw, Fields. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also a safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
That catch good for only a couple.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Pushing through the contact. And some room to work. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw is Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Montgomery, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 15. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Tua now on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll make it a second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the 36-yard line.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that pushes the lead on to 11.
14, Dolphins 3.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft,
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Akeem Hicks able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
the competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
After the sack on first down, Tua. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off down at the 10. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Touchdown, Bears! Marquise Goodwin His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Dolphins 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
First down, Dolphins.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Tua hit, and the ball is out. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Tua. And now here's another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. 30, 10, 5, and he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Cohen. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Again, it's Cohen. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Montgomery. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On is Santos for the Bears field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Santos' kick is up and through. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
At the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up 1st downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Going up top.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Fields. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap, Fields. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Flushed out right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So a decent deficit at this stage in the 2nd half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Touchdown, Dolphins! Hunter Long, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd and 11 now. Fields. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tonyan. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
First down, a run with Cohen. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Fields. And his throw here's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Tonyan. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, it's Fields. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tonyan. Touchdown, Chicago. Robert Tonyan with his 2nd touchdown of the game, the 4th of the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the
pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. From the gun, it's Tua. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
So the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. And here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
On play action, here's Tua. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua buying time to his left. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Tua going to try and throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is Jakeem Grant. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Touchdown! Robert Tonyan, 85 yards. And the Bears are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field. But to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they, unfortunately, are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their... And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
He'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not everyone's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Bears on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Herbert. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Tua on the bootleg here. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's brought down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to pass. Tua. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have a short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, that means talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They run the counter. Herbert. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
It's now third down and long.
The defense going to blanket the field. 6 now in the secondary here for 3rd and 15. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 7, Tua. And my goodness, another interception. Monte Nicholson picks it. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Charles, it's one thing to win,